Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Marvel's Echo Season 1, Episode 4, titled Taloa. Maya finds herself at a crossroads after learning more about her past. So, this is probably going to be expanding upon all of the stuff between Maya and Kingpin during her, like, years in New York. Like, the thumbnail is her and Kingpin walking through an alley. Obviously, we've seen this in trailers based on the ice cream cart in the background. Wilson lays the beat down on this um, vendor and he's walking her. It looks to be a different suit than her than when he took her for ice cream after her like combat training. I'm not actually sure what fighting style she was learning, so I'm just gonna say combat training. And also, she's in a school uniform, but yeah, so it seems to be a different day. But we do also know that one shot from the montage during the blip, um, in episode 1, we know that that scene gets expanded upon at some point because there's shots from that exact location that haven't been seen yet. So that's probably going to be in this episode, which means we may well get more run-ins with Daredevil. I'm not getting my hopes up or anything, because it wouldn't surprise me if Charlie Cox did only come in for that episode 1-5, but you never know. But I guess we'll find out in 3, 2, 1, go. I also will probably finding out about the final one of Maya's ancestors that we've seen flashes of. You know, something I noticed watching other people's reactions is Loak only got visions of Chaffa. Tuklo got visions of Loak and Chaffa. So Taloa is probably going to get Tuklo, Loak, and Chaffa, and we know Maya gets all four. So it does seem like it's telling a story of those 5 specific. And the question is, why those 5 specific? Interesting that they had that line over the sending Maya and her dad away. Because, well, yes, he did get given a job by his brother in New York. She did also basically say, I never want to see you again. You're the reason my daughter, your wife, died. So, it's interesting that we all wish things had been done differently was over the scene of them leaving. Hmm. So it does seem Fisk did care about her in the same way he cared about Vanessa and Wesley. Because those are the other two people that I know he gets this angry about. Them being disrespected. It's a little late for that. Hmm. Okay. I mean, that is a very childlike thing to just run in and kick a couple times. Ah, you're getting shot in the back of the head. I recognize those tarps. From Poindexter's girlfriend. Well, not girlfriend, stalker victim. I have heard people theorizing that we may get um, Bullseye in this because of I forget his name from the last episode, the one that came and almost shot Maya and Henry, because he's part of the I'm forgetting the names of things, but the two black daggers that are crossed, you saw it on his men. They were tattooed. One had them on his neck, and apparently that gang is known for working under Bullseye. Like he's one of the heads. I don't think that's going to happen. I think if we're going to get Bullseye, it's going to be in Born Again. Why do I have a feeling that's gonna be a dic- dictator? Yeah, I was right. I thought it was just gonna be like a little text thing for her to read, but the automated hand signs is an interesting. Honestly, they really should develop something like that. Like that is very useful technology. Like I know there are the headphones that are meant to be live translation, but if they were able to actually do like the Google Glass or whatever thing is the current fad that has like a visual thing, either picking up sign language or um, translating to sign language. Why do I find it weird just seeing Tupperware in front of the Kingpin? Like, it's, it's doing funny things in my head. Just the contrast between upper society and Tupperware. You didn't even eat any of the Sunday dinner that you brought. Guess he was too good for Tupperware anyway, after all. She's not used to people saying they were scared. At least not from that world. Now is she? Huh. Hal did say that she had communications with the ancestors. See, that pregnant one is Taloa. Taloa, whatever one. I'm assuming at least. So what abilities are you going to get from that one? I love she just walks out to the sidewalk and. So I'm going to assume that her contact only works when paired with someone who has the earpiece. Just another way in which Fisk is exuding his control. I've been having these visions of strange women. Also, I have weird glowy palm things. Is Taloa her mother? Because we don't actually have her mother's name. So, to begin with, I thought that the grandmother was going to be the fourth ancestor. Then we got her name and it wasn't one of the ones listed. So, then I threw that away. But now we know that the grandmother is connected to. she did see them again. Like, she did see them at the set up for the powwow. She did see the bird, which was Chaffa's bird, the night that Taloa died. I'm sure there's at least one good front bumper in that car lot. Well, I mean, shot him once. May as well try again. I mean, that's a fair point. He's a gonna be the hammer or the cufflinks? Has she ever? I can't remember. Did she ever explicitly say, "Yeah, it's the hammer"? That like confront him about him ordering the death of her father. Hmm. A, what was with that smile when she put the hammer down? And B, what is he planning? What is she going to do? Where's she going? Okay. I genuinely have no idea what to expect from the next episode. It the only thing I can think of is that maybe my predictions for the end of this season may not be that far out of the ballpark. Because you remember how I said that I thought he was going to show up at the end of the fourth episode while she was out of town, take her family hostage, and basically saying, "Come face me to protect your family." He may well do that. Since she's left town, he's there, he's got her family, he knows who they are. could well be that he's going to use them as leverage to try and get a fight out of her. But where was she going? Was she actually running away or what? So, I'm a little confused. That scene I was talking about that I thought would be expanded upon in this trailer. I was starting to think that may be just deleted content because it's it's a thumbnail for episode 1 when Maya shoots that person on the airfield. There's meant to be a scene where Kingpin kicks that body out of the way and like steps over the blood before boarding the plane. And I thought that was going to be expanded upon here. Like we were going to see more of her life, her missions working with Kingpin. But that didn't really happen. Like we learned a bit more of her life with Kingpin. The years she was with him. Well, another scene from her childhood and some more scenes when she's an adult. But, yeah. And then she also learnt about her family, how they see visions of their ancestors in times of need. Which, for all we know, she may have thought her grandma was just talking out her ass when she was saying that. And, I mean, had she not had the visions herself leading up to that, she may well still have believed that, but it's going to be interesting to see how it comes out. Because, so, one thing I'm confused about. It seems that Loak is the one who gave her the strength to push away the coupling on the trade car. However, like we know, saw Truffer when she activated the powers in the stickball game. So, and we also know that Truffer is the one who saved their people from the cave. She showed great strength and everything. So is that where the strength comes from? In which case, what does Loak bring into it? Is it more the agility and the dexterity, that's it, that were utilized in the game? Is that what she brings in? Because Tukla brings in the sharpshooter, the throwables and all of that. We know that. One of them brings in strength. One of them we don't know, and apparently Maya's mum was a healer. No idea what that means. Does she genuinely have healing powers, or is she just proficient in healing other people? Could go either way. Like, have some form of medical ability, like know-how, natural remedies, like just instinctively knows all of that through this connection. Or does she genuinely have an ability to heal people? That's what I want to know. Because, as I said, Maya in the comics doesn't actually have any powers. Like, genuinely above human powers to me. She can do anything to the extent that a peak human can, but she can't go above that. She can't even do peak human. She can go up to the extent that her body allows. Basically, her muscle mass and everything. She can go up to the maximum extent of that, using skills that she's learned from watching other people. But she's still human. Doesn't have any actual powers, not really superhuman or even extraordinary human feats that she's capable of doing. if I'm remembering correctly. Like, I know I am about the power, but am I correct in the extent to which she can use her skills? So in which case, I know they said they're changing it up from Maya in the comics, but to give her an actual power is interesting. And again, it may not actually be a power and just proficient in, like, improvised medicine and all of that, improvised remedies, like stitching herself up after battles and all of that, like, just knows instinctively how to do that. That could also be it, which is still a valuable skill. Anyway, I will say, Vincent still does a very good Fisk, because you can't get a read on him, like, fully. There's always that underlying, what is he actually planning, that you need with the Kingpin. Because the ending of that confrontation with Maya, the whole we've come full circle, come home in the morning, there was an underlying threat, and what's he going to do to her if she shows up? What does he mean by come home? She's shown that she's not indoctrinated into his beliefs anymore. Sure, she didn't kill him, but she's still not on good terms with him. And then he seemed genuinely upset that she didn't show up. So, which is it? Was it a ploy to get her there to, like, take her out because she's willing to stand up to him? Or did he just genuinely want her home? He treats her the way that he treats the people he actually cares about. That means going into a violent rage whenever he sees them disrespected. Wesley, when he died, he went full rage mode. Anytime Vanessa was threatened, when he finally snapped at his dad for beating his mum, when Maya got disrespected by the ice cream vendor, all of those are people that he genuinely cared about. So, did he actually care about her? But, to that extent, if he did, Maya brings up a good point. Why did he not bother to actually learn to communicate with her? Like, sure, he knows some sign language. We've seen it. We saw it in this episode. The snippets of her memories. He was using sign language, but he still need a translator late into her life. He developed this tech so that he could communicate with her without having to. Like, does he actually care about her? And Maya, she also has that unreadability because, like I said, she had an odd smile on her face when she refused to kill him with the hammer. And almost like an I win smile. But she didn't. There was an impasse. They both went their own ways for the night. She left town. Maybe she did figure something out. Don't know. But we've only got one episode left for all this to be figured out. And it seems like it's going to be the next day, based on the fact that they were setting up the powwow in this episode, and the synopsis for the next one is literally fireworks at the powwow. So, also, what was her grandma tailoring? Like, she was obviously putting together an outfit that I assume is for Maya. But how long has she had that? Was that meant to be for Maya's mum? Was this always in the thing? Like, One day I will reconcile with my granddaughter. I will give this to her. Don't know. Probably find that out in the next episode. Is a member of her family going to die? Like, a lot of people were worried that Biscuit, after episode 2, was going to die. Then we had Bonnie and Henry in episode 3. The grandpa, also people have worried about. So is there actually going to be a death in the family, or are they all going to survive? What's going to be the state of Kingpin after this? All these questions. And normally in a Marvel show, you'd have at least some ideas as to a couple of these questions, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here. I'll catch you in the next one.